everybody, it's Amanda from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Today I'm sharing this lovely punch and these two stamp sets that coordinates with you. These are due to leave us this time, and very sadly they are on the retirements list, but I just needed to point them out to you because they are such an amazing set. The Pansy Punch is a beautiful punch. I have done a few videos, different kinds of flowers, and I recently did one using this punch. And I'm going to show you another way to make a beautiful flower today. There's loads and loads and loads of videos on YouTube, all different ways and different techniques of how to make beautiful flowers using this punch. It is an absolute essential. It really is an essential punch because there's so much you can do with it, just creating just plain flowers. And on top of that, we have these two stamp sets which coordinates with it. We have Flower Shop and we have Birthday Blossoms, and all of these will be leaving us. Now, Flower Shop is in our current catalogue on page 28. If I just get it in frame. It's a 6-piece stamp set with all different styles of flower, and it does coordinate exactly with the punch, and it tells you there coordinates with Pansy Punch, and the punch can be found on page 207. And then the second stamp set that the punch coordinates with is the Birthday Blossoms, which is another stunning set, absolutely beautiful, and it punches out this beautiful flower here. So it is a really good punch to have in your stash. And the stamp sets are awesome. Now, I've checked availability. This is still totally in stock. That's totally in stock, and this is just currently on back order, but it is available from the 30th. So if you did say you went to order this today, Stampin' Up would just send it you when it comes back in stock, but it's still available to order. All of them are. So I'm going to show you what I came up with, and I'm using this beautiful flower here from the Flower Shop. This one, it's my favourite because to me it's the most realistic. These are beautiful, they're all stunning, but this is just a little bit my favourite. So I'm going to just get some. You can see I've been practicing and making flowers. I've got a big heap here because I'm going to be making some to put in packages. So the first thing that you do need to do if you do buy the Flower Shop and the Pansy Punch is go on YouTube, and there are videos showing you how to line it up, and what you need to do is mark each flower to see which way up it stamps so that it punches out the right way, so you're not moving it round wondering, oh, where do I punch, where do I punch. There's several videos on YouTube. I have done one and some other demonstrators have done one. So if you do get the set, that is what you need to do first, is find out which way up to stamp and mark it, so that when you're stamping, when you're going to punch, you're punching the right leaves, otherwise you'll get yourself in a tiz. But once you've got your markings correct, you're away. Now this stamp is punched, so I know that this is the bottom. So I'm using Sweet Sugar Plum, and I'm going to stamp 2 flowers. And then I'm going to punch them. I'll just leave that there. So because I've done my marking, I can line that punch up straight away and boom, good to go. Okay, so we're punching out 2. Just getting it, I'm just doing it carefully because I like it to have the nice, neat edge all the way around. There we go. So we can put that to one side now. And what we're going to do first of all is we're going to do some inking. So with the Sweet Sugar Plum, I'm going to ink quite liberally all over the flower, but not in the centre. I'm putting my thumb there to kind of protect that centre because I want that to stay white. Okay, so that's one. You end up with a pink finger, but never mind. It washes off. It's part of the fun getting all messy anyway. So lots and lots of Sweet Sugar Plum on there. Okay, put that to one side. And then I am going back over with Fresh Fig, just to give darker edges. So I'm using a different sponge, and this, I'm not covering all of the flower like before, I'm just going on the edges. So you don't want loads of that one on, just around the edges to make that look darker. There we go. Till you're happy. So there we go. We've got a bit of a mixture of colours there from, and so it goes from light and out to dark. Then I am going to bring in my stamping mat, and I do have a ball tool which I've picked up at a craft fair. If you don't have a shaping tool like this, you can use the what can you use? You can use the end of your paper piercer. If you have one of those, use that. Otherwise, use the end of a biro or anything really. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's not sharp and it's not going to rip. So I'm turning both of my flowers over. You can see stamping on the other side because I've used scrap, and I'm just gently, well, I go in a circular motion because that was how I was taught to do it, but you could just go backwards and forwards. It don't matter, all you're doing is breaking up the fibres there so that the flowers got a little bit of shape. We don't like, I've said it before, I don't like flat flowers. So you're going to shape this one as well, and these are awesome. It's a lovely thing to have in your collection, because if you want to decorate a tag or some packaging or even put it on a card, they're always there. Shop bought flowers can be really beautiful, but I just think there's just a little bit of something about doing your own. So I'm going to put those to one side for a moment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my fine tip glue pen. And I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to layer these up, and I'm going to layer them up with little dimensionals, mini dimensionals. So I'm going to put one in the middle of one flower, and what that'll do is it will help give my flowers some lift. And what I'm going to just do, just before I put them together, is I'm just going to add a bit of extra curl to these petals by just gently curving with my bone folder, just a little bit of extra. I want it to be really, really beautifully shaped. Okay. And then you layer them one on top of the other so that one petal goes in the gap between two, like so. Okay, so I'm going to find where I like it. So I think I like it there. So I'm layering those up gently, and then I'm going to hold it in the middle, and I'm just going to lift those top petals rather. I'm just going to lift them with my fingers just a little bit, and then just curve and push, curve and push, curve and push, and it just adds a little bit more dimension. That's all that's doing. Then I'm going to get my fine tip glue pen, and because it has got such a precision metal tip there, I'm just going to add some glue on some of the veins, as it were. They look like veins here on the flower. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue on there, and then just dotting some in the middle where the stamens are. Then I'm going to use my glitter. Some people hate glitter. To me, you can never have too much sparkle. But sparkle's on everything. Okay. So I'm going to gently hold it on the bottom flower. I'm going to add my Dazzling Diamonds glitter, and that will just add glitter just in parts of the flower, and it's not on all of it. Okay, and I'm going to just set that aside to dry a minute. And then I'm bringing in, I've got two different shades to show you. This is always Artichoke. Now this is retiring. It's one of the colours that's leaving us. It's a lovely deep dark green, quite vintage. I am going to use this today, but once this is gone, you can use garden green, you can use, there's various shades of green that you can use and that are suitable. I'm just using this one today because it's nice and dark. And I'm using the Leaf Punch, which I believe that's carrying over. So with no panic there. And leaf punches, I think, are a staple that you should have in your collection. just as much as you should have some circle punches, you should have a couple of good flower punches and a leaf punch, most definitely. So I'm just holding that very firmly there so that it doesn't tear, and then I'm curving with my bone folder like so. I love making flowers. When I first came to YouTube, I made flowers from lace. So it's complete turn of events for me to be now making them out of paper. But I absolutely love them. It doesn't matter to me what medium I use to make flowers. I just love making them. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of wet glue here on the stem of that leaf there, and I'm going to just tuck it behind the flower like so. Just dab that extra glue off. Okay, and then I've got a little blob of glue here on my mat, so I won't waste it. And tuck that behind there. Another really nice touch is to, if you've got some of the really tiny seed beads, is to sprinkle a few seed beads in that glue before it dries, and that will give even more of a dimensional look. So there's my two flowers that I have made using the Pansy Punch. If you just tip it on its side, you can see it's lovely and dimensional. Beautiful for boxes or any project, even just for your cards. Make just a couple and add them to a card. Add them to your packaging. If you're sending somebody a gift, stick one of these on the top, fold over the top of the packaging or the bag and add one of these for a beautiful, beautiful touch. I'm going to go make some more because I think they're absolutely lovely. So there you go. I hope you'll take a look at the Pansy Punch and the two coordinating stamp sets before they're gone forever. I'm going to miss them, but I'm going to keep hold of mine, so I'm going to be alright for making my flowers. And I'm going to carry on making them, and they can take this punch from my cold dead hand. So that's it for today, ladies and gents. I'll see you again soon. Bye.